Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an exciting new tease for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that they're coming from Bo-Katan Kryze actress Katee Sackhoff when recently asked about her potential involvement and role with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from StarWarsNewsNet.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as an overall garnering source. So Katee Sackhoff recently asked, if she is going to be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as Bo-Katan Kryze making the return to a galaxy far, far away. I feel like it would be kind of like a given thing, honestly, if for anything, just really based off how all the different circumstances were kind of left off at the end of the Mandalorian Season 3. Of course, Mando and Grogu return back to the planet of Navarro to make a home for their own, while Katee Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze and the rest of the Mandalorians join together finally at once and restore Mandalore. So that's kind of just the given circumstances, and it really implies the bigger question, if Bo-Katan's in the movie, that means Mandalore is in the movie, and that means I think a bunch of other characters would also be involved in the movie. So, Katee Sackhoff is not saying a word about the Mandalorian and Grogu. The actress, now out promoting DC's Watchmen animated film, where she voices a character, Silk Spectra, was asked if we would be able to expect Bo-Katan Kryze to appear side by side with djarin in theaters in May of 2026. So, with a recent interview with comicbook.com, recently speaking with Katee Sackhoff, who says, in quote, "Number one, if I even knew, I wouldn't tell you. And if I did tell you, they'd probably kill me." Ending that quote right there. Very cryptic of a tease, just saying very blatantly, if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. It just really feels that she's just teasing at us, and kind of good fun and jokes really even at that. The whole idea of, oh yeah, they'd probably kill me if I said anything about that. It definitely sounds like to me that she's signed those NDAs and has had those conversations and those discussions to make a return yet again for her iconic character. Of course, I would love, love, love to see Bo-Katan Kryze on the big screen. I think that would be so incredible. It's kind of an interesting hill to die on to say that she doesn't know if she's in the movie, so it's unclear when the interview took place as well from comicbook.com, but it's also safe to assume that it had happened recently. It was revealed at D23 last week that the film has been actually shooting for the last couple of weeks, so whatever the answer is, Katee Sackhoff knows she's in it, or if she is not going to be a part of the movie. Of course, I also have a ton of other videos here on the channel discussing and talking about all of the crazy news from just this last weekend at D23, especially everything into the regards of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Definitely check out those videos if you haven't already. It's more understandable that she won't just tell us flat out, of course, especially now. Lucasfilm is surrounding the project with a head-scratcher veil of secrecy. Last week they had announced that it is in production and showed the people at the convention, D23, an exclusive first look teaser, by which of course makes its way around online, of course has leaked, and of course we have talked about and actually have shown you guys here on the channel, so go check those videos out. As I had mentioned, it includes a lot of footage with fully revealed and rendered VFX shot in there as well, and yet they are not really telling us who exactly is going to be in the film and those specific plot details, even aside from, well, Pedro Pascal is the voice of djarin. We also know that Zeb is going to be a part of the new adventure, so also, Steve Blum back to voice that character. But really, aside from that, we really don't have any other confirmations of exact characters that are going to be making an appearance within the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Really anybody from Boba Fett, who's chilling on Tatooine still, to Ahsoka, who's lost in another galaxy, have that opportunity, and just kind of like the reason to pop up and show up in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. I feel like we would be able to make more educated guesses and have a more solidified answer if we actually did know more solidified plot details into the regards of what this movie exactly is going to be about. I've heard of some interesting theories out there. I really wanted to share you guys in another separate feature video here on the channel in more detail and in more depth, but one theory suggests that maybe the Mandalorian and Grogu movie takes place in between the first and second season of the show. A huge implication to that is because we see the Razor Crest flying around, Zeb and Mando presumably flying it around. Even then, it's hard to say if that's the Razor Crest or a same display of the ship essentially. Even then, as I had mentioned, I'd like to discuss that in more detail and in more depth in a separate feature video here on the channel. It's all the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Back onto the terms of Katee Sackhoff. Katee Sackhoff did post back in January of this year a picture on Instagram with her baby and her Bo-Katan costume on, actually. A little context was given, but given the timeline, it could have been some sort of just screen test, during pre-production, and even then, I remember talking about that and discussing it here on the channel in a couple of videos, and what we kind of had concluded on is that this was ramping up for that pre-production process of The Mandalorian Season 4, if for anything. And so, similar, Giancarlo Esposito told GQ magazine that Lucasfilm hasn't called him either about reprising his role as Moff Gideon for just any future project. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, or Mando Season 4, or really anything. Ahsoka Season 2, a possible potential Book of Boba Fett Season 2. It makes a little more sense given his character's fate at the end of The Mandalorian Season 3, and it would honestly, I think, satisfy a lot of fans to see them move away from Moff Gideon, but even then, the door is kind of still left open, I think, for that return. I think they're just going to be holding off on with that, though, however. I think we'll have another underlying villain, somebody that is really a part of the Shadow Council, maybe even Thrawn himself, especially given how the Ahsoka Season 1 finale had concluded. And so, as I had mentioned, it's not a definitive answer, of course. It's more or less just a simple playful tease, if for anything. It sounds like that she has had those conversations and is having those talks to, be back around as Bo-Katan for a couple of scenes at the very least for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. This here all being said, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.